I observed that my friend's clumsy boyfriend is purposely hurting her, but what I discovered made me boil in anger. So my friend Kay has been dating Andrew for almost a year now. Honestly, until these last months, I liked them together and he has assimilated into our friend group really well. He's been easy to talk to and I thought he could be the perfect match to Kay. In the beginning, Andrew has always been known for being clumsy, occasionally spilling on himself, tripping, and sometimes just being an overall goof. We joked he was the poster child of a himbo. It started with a simple mistake. Andrew spilled wine on Kay's outfit. He seemed so apologetic and genuinely sorry. Then, a couple of days later, at a potluck, Andrew bumps into Kay while she is bringing out a salad bowl, causing it to fall on her foot and giving her a pretty nasty bruise. Again, apologetic, but this time, it just rubbed me the wrong way. The way he had bumped into her seemed awkward. Then there were just more of these accidents, like ripping a dress when he was falling trying to catch his balance, dropping a bowl of chocolate ice cream on her shoes, and spilling an ashtray that landed all over her hair. All of this is just giving me a weird feeling. Why does it feel like his clumsiness is worsening? Recently, we were having a movie night. Kay was sitting on the floor, and I had gotten up from the couch to get some more popcorn when I see Andrew walking over with hot tea. There was no way I'm going to have her get piping hot tea spilled on her by accident. So I get up and say, "Oh, thanks for grabbing this. Do you mind grabbing me popcorn since you're closest?" He kind of gets a defensive tone with me saying, "Yeah, but let me give this to Kay first." I said, "No, it's not a problem, I'll give it to her," as sweet as possible, and took the mug out of his hands and gave it to Kay. He seemed kind of distant the whole rest of the evening. I want to talk to Kay about my concerns soon because I'm really scared for her. I just want to be wise in how I speak to her because I don't want her to take anything I say the wrong way. Update. So I talked to Kay this morning. I started off the conversation normal. When Kay says, "Hey, why were you concerned about Andrew bringing me tea?" I just say, "I had noticed he'd been more clumsy lately, and I wanted to avoid either of you of getting hurt." She was quiet for a bit, then asks me, "Do you think it's odd how he's been acting?" I respond with, "I care about you and want you to be safe. I don't want to hurt you or Andrew, but I feel like most of the accidents have come at your expense. I don't want it to get to a point where you have a worse injury." This is when Kay burst out crying like I have never seen. After composing herself enough to talk, she says she's been so suspicious of how these accidents have been centered around her and how validating it was to have someone feel the same way. It's been causing her a lot of anxiety, and she felt so relieved when I took the teacup away from him. She has tried to suggest to Andrew that he should go to a doctor, but he just says he's perfectly fine. Kay is not confrontational, so she just drops it. She said that Sarah, our other friend, Andrew, and she had been hanging out together recently. How during the conversation, Andrew and Sarah started joking about Kay being a battered wife. How ridiculous the idea would be if Andrew was really abusing her and some really dark jokes. Kay felt like she was crazy to think that these accidents might have been on purpose. Also, they had said some things about me that made her so upset she couldn't even tell me. Kay said she's felt trapped, living with him and how he's intertwined in our group. She felt like she needed to wait to have proof he was faking it to make it worth a bunch of drama. I feel horrible that she's felt so alone in this. I was pretty blunt and just asked, "Do you still love him?" She responded, "I don't. I think I don't even like him anymore." So we talked about the best way for Kay to leave Andrew, being as safe as possible. Kay called in sick to work, and we went over to her house and talked with our friend Leah, her roommate. Andrew was out at work, so we quickly moved all their things into Leah's room. She has a key to her door. Kay is going to stay at my house, and Leah wants to stay with a family member who lives not too far away. Kay has written a letter to Andrew ending things. She is going full no contact. She set a date that she expects him to leave. He moved in with them so he doesn't have his name on the lease. Final update. Kay has opened up with her counselor and us about her stories with Andrew. She has come to believe his accidents were a tactic to control her appearance. Apparently, he had a thing for a certain aesthetic and would want her to dress in that way. Behind the scenes, he would remark how her looks wouldn't show off her figure, and how it would be more flattering for her to wear something because it would just look better. He would even make jokes about her outfits and overall style. Kay is amazing. She has been so strong throughout this process. She said it feels like a heavy burden has been lifted. She is truly special, and she deserves true peace and happiness.